What's going on, everyone? Suresh here, 221B Tactical. Today we're talking about how much does body armor cost. Today we're going to talk about soft armor and hard armor and some of your options within the soft armor and the hard armor. I'm not going to get into specifics about what each armor is for, what kind of bullets they stop, things like that, because I did a whole separate video on that. I'll link that video in the end. But for now, we're going to talk about your soft armor options and how much they cost, and your hard armor options and how much they cost. So let's start out with a soft armor panel. This is a panel that you could put into a backpack, into a purse, into a briefcase. It's soft, flexible. This is a level 3A panel. It's going to stop 9mm, 40, 45, 44 Magnum, and it's going to give you that baseline protection. Once again, this is for handgun threats only. Contrary to popular belief, most active shooters are using handguns and not AR-15s. The stats are out there, you can check on that. So, once again, a panel like this is for handgun threats. Very easily concealed in a bag or anything like that. A panel like this is going to cost you around anywhere from $100 to $150 from a reputable company. Another soft armor option is a concealed soft armor carrying shirt. Now this is a shirt you wear underneath your clothing, and as you can see, it has a soft armor panel in the front, soft armor panel in the back, and smaller soft armor panels on the sides to give you that side protection as well. Once again, for handgun threats, you could easily wear this underneath your clothing and have something bigger and bulkier over this, a big sweatshirt, a big jacket, definitely not a double extra medium t-shirt like I'm wearing here, and it gives you that baseline protection against those handgun threats. Something like this, you could expect to pay anywhere from $250 to $300 for, and you have the option of getting front and rear, or front, rear, and sides. You could kind of customize it to whatever your needs are. Another soft body armor option is a full-blown soft armor vest. This is similar to what you see police officers wearing. This is what I wore for 13 years as an officer. We had to wear our armor under our uniform, so you probably see that. But the problem with this is, if you're trying to conceal it, it's very big, it's very bulky. When you see an officer wearing a bullet resistant vest, you could probably see it popping out the back of the shirt, and their chest is all puffed out. So it's very hard to conceal this. With the shirt I just showed you before, easier to conceal. However, if you're maybe wearing a big enough jacket or loose enough sweatshirt, you might be able to conceal this, possibly. You could also wear it on top of your clothing as well. You see the coverage is much more front and back, and the carrier has a little bit more substance to it. So once again, similar to what officers wear at level 3A, stop those handgun threats. Something like this you can expect to pay anywhere from $250 to $400. Now this is a level 3A external vest. Once again, soft armor, bigger coverage, front and rear, and you have a little bit on the side, so you get a little bit of that wraparound. But this carrier is made of a heavier duty material. So this is like a Cordura material, something you see in backpacks and things like that. And it's meant to be actually worn on the outside of your clothing. And because it's meant to be on the outside, you have some Velcro for patches, and you have some pockets here. You can put your Twinkies and your candy bars and stuff like that in here. And you have some Velcro on the back. Some of them have Molly, typically, to attach things. But this is meant to be worn on the outside of your clothing, not concealed. So if you're in a situation where you don't want to conceal your armor, or concealing your body armor is not a concern, and maybe it's an emergency kit that you're putting together and you just want to throw this over whatever you're wearing, this is a great option. However, because of the substance of the material of the carrier, you're going to be looking to pay more toward the $400 and up range for something like this, level 3A soft armor. Now we're going to talk about hard armor plates. Now, when you talk about soft armor, people typically refer to them as panels, and when you have the hard armor, people refer to them as plates. This is a steel hard armor plate. Now, hard armor plates are meant to stop rifle rounds. When you hear in the news AR-15, those guns are shooting bullets 223, 5.56, bigger rifles, bigger bullets. But for the purpose of this video, we're just going to talk about pricing. So, soft armor panels that I spoke about earlier, handguns. Hard armor will also stop handgun, but also stop rifle rounds. This is a entry-level steel plate. It's going to cost you roughly in the upper 100s to maybe $200, depending on how big the plate is. If you're a smaller person, you can get maybe an 8x10 plate. If you're a regular-sized individual, you want to get 10x12. Now, this is a level 3 plus plate. Once again, not going to get into the ratings and the ballistics. That's a whole other video I'll link at the end. However, there are pros and cons to steel plates, and the next plate I'm going to talk about, which is a composite plate. But steel plates are going to be less expensive than composite plates, and you're going to be right at that price point, upper 100s to 200. Some companies offer cheaper steel armor, some more expensive, and it all obviously fluctuates with the price of steel. But entry-level option, steel plate. You got to remember, these plates are heavy, so if you have one in the front and one in the back, you're talking about a lot of weight. So, steel plate, that's your price point. Your next option when it comes to hard armor plates are composite plates. Some people call this ceramic. There's all kinds of new composite materials out there. Once again, not going to get into that, but instead of steel, now you have composite plates. Composite plates are a lot lighter, and once again are meant to stop those rifle rounds. They will also stop the handgun rounds as well, of course. Now, you have some options when it comes to the composite plates. You have level 3 and you have level 4. Both options here. You see they look pretty much the same. However, the level 3 plate is going to be lighter than the level 4. The level 4 plate is going to give you added protection against added rifle threats. However, there is a price difference. These plates range anywhere from $250 to $400. Level 4, of course, costing more than level 3 because you have a greater level of protection with the level 4 plates. But you could probably expect to pay anywhere from $200 up all the way to $400 for one of these plates. Sometimes people do deals where you get 2 plates and a plate carrier, which I'll talk about in a second. So you could shop around. Just make sure you're getting quality plate that has passed the NIJ standard testing. Now, you may have noticed that the plates I was just showing you, the hard armor plates, whether they're steel or composite, are just a plate. You actually need something to help you wear the plates. Unlike the soft armor carriers I just showed you that were internal or external, with this, you actually need something to hold the plates front and back. Now, that's when you get a plate carrier. This plate carrier holds those plates. Now, depending on what size you get, either 8x10 or 10x12, you got to be careful because not all plate carriers accommodate both sides plates. The plate carriers that 221B Tactical has, we have options. So you have a plate carrier that can hold the 8x10 plates if you're a smaller frame person, and also the 10x12 plates. So the plates go into this carrier front and back to give you that rifle plate protection. You adjust the shoulders so the plates are at the right height. Separate video on that I have. We'll try to link that at the end as well. Now, what does a plate carrier cost? Well, you got to be careful when you get a plate carrier. Just like with anything, when you're buying bags or anything like that, you got to be careful. There are some ultra cheap options for plate carriers on Amazon, and you want to be mindful of that because some of these cheap plate carriers, one, they're not going to last, but two, they're going to be terribly uncomfortable when you have them on. For a decent plate carrier, you're probably looking at paying around $150. Some plate carriers that have some more advanced options can be up to $200, but you should probably be in the $150 to $200 range. Anything well over 200s, I mean, you know, 300, 400, that's getting a little crazy. And if you're just maybe a civilian and you're just getting this for some safety protection for your family, in that, you know, in that event that the big one happens, you want to just have something basic, but you want to have something good that's going to last. So you'll probably be in the $150 to $200 range for a decent plate carrier that's going to hold your plates, keep them comfortable, and make sure they're not moving around, bounce around, things like that. So if you're going with the hard armor plate option, remember when you're doing your pricing, you have these plates that can cost anywhere from $200 to $400 per plate, but you also have to get the plate carrier to go with it. I hope this video answers some of the questions you may have had about how much does body armor cost. If you have questions about the different types of armor and the ballistics and what kind of bullets they stop, like I said, I did a separate video on that. I'm going to link that at the end of this video. At the end of the day, you want to make sure you have plates that are, of course, NIJ rated. The NIJ is the standard for body armor. So if you don't see anything about NIJ testing or NIJ rated or passing or meeting or exceeding NIJ standards, you probably want to shy away from that and stick with something that is NIJ at least rated. So a lot of people will say, well, what are they, NIJ rated, passing the standard, or are they NIJ certified? That's a whole separate topic, but I'll tell you this, the NIJ certified process takes a lot of money and a lot of time. That's why you see a lot of armor companies, some of their armor is, some of their armor isn't, or some companies altogether don't have any of it. Once again, whole separate topic, whole separate video. But we get that question a lot, NIJ certified versus NIJ standard testing passed. So we're going to do a separate video on that. But for now, I hope this video about how much does body armor cost helped you and answer some of your questions. You could, if you have any additional questions, you could always reach out to us, sales@221btactical.com, or you can give us a call. Our team is there 24/7 to answer your questions about body armor, plate carriers, or any tactical gear in general. Remember, in the end, gear is important, but training is important too. So if you can get yourself to some kind of training class so you know what to do with yourself and your family and your loved ones in the event something happens, having this on is only half of it. Having the training and the knowledge, knowing what to do, is the other half, and equally important. So, hope this video helped. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. And stay tuned for other videos. Check out some of the other videos on the channel as well. Thanks for watching. Remember, be safe. Always watch their hands. Watch your six. Get home safe.